This is a Two-Fifths podcast. Get on down. Hear these three dudes clown around. Gather round. Gather round. Gather round.
Yep.
So, this is episode
5.
Okay, good save.
Episode 5, bro.
What's good? I'm Keaton.
Sloan.
What up, man? It's your boy CJ, a.k.a. Dr. Bacardi, a.k.a.
All right.
Mr. Steal Your Girl, a.k.a.
All right.
We going crazy in the podcast
All
today.
right.
Yeah, we here.
All right.
Two-Fifths, bro,
AKAs?
AKAs, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got him. So let's
Shout out to
jump.
them K's,
you
man.
got it. Oh, all right.
But I like them Reds, though.
You got it, dog. You got it. So let's just jump straight in the fucking shit, man. Okay.
Yo, what's up?
The Cardi B shit.
Uh-oh.
Who's mad? Who's not? Doesn't make sense that she's not getting canceled, I guess.
Cancel culture is different nowadays. Like,
I mean, but I don't want to compare this to R. Kelly because it's not.
all right, first
It's
off,
not.
explain the conversation about Cardi. Explain what's going
So apparently there's some footage that came out of her admitting to drugging guys
on. Drugging.
after they thought they was going to get sex. She drugged them and
Big pills.
took took their valuables, money or whatever she could sell to get money. And she said she had to make a living.
And don't forget the part where she brought transsexuals in to have sex with these men too.
Okay, I didn't really read that much into it, but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
I think it's going to boost her album sales tremendously.
definitely.
And I think that this is one of those things where it's kind of like the rules of society and how things are, the perception of things that happen between a male and a female. I compare it to like when men have sex with a lot of women, it doesn't look as bad as when a woman has sex with a lot of men. So whereas like if a male would have done this, if he would have been drugging women and having women come in and eat their pussies,
Yeah,
and he still having sex with them, and he robbing them too.
yeah. It would look very different.
It would look a whole lot
Look
different.
like Bill Cosby.
It would look like Bill Cosby.
they hated on my nigga Bill.
I
And
mean,
he would get like 30 years,
Yeah,
whereas Cardi B's gonna serve no time.
no time for nothing because
who come? I mean, I think one dude came out and spoke.
I honestly haven't seen anybody come out and spoke. And if the dude did come out, I'm happy because
It still ain't gonna prove nothing because I feel like she's not getting that backlash because she's a woman.
These are the rules
true.
of society. So when a woman can do something that if a man does it, it looks like he's a vicious animal.
Yeah, a dog, a lion out here in these streets that has no control over himself. But when a woman does it, okay, she had to do what she had to do. That was.
But looking at her situation in the time and the point in life that she was at, it's not apples and oranges. But Bill Cosby was at the top of the world while he was drugging people.
Okay,
up.
I want to go as far as by saying that I have no opinion on that side because I'm going off of what I see on social media when they say that like she had to do what she had to do to get like the people who are defending Cardi. Which I mean, you're gonna defend who you like. That's your folk. You feel me? Hey, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But same thing, like people was defending R. Kelly. The same people who defended Cardi wanted R. Kelly to be.
But I feel like
behind them
they
bars.
two different. That's two different avenues of life. There's somebody
Explain.
who barely had money
Yeah.
to somebody who in Bill Cosby at the top of television and R. Kelly who's at the top of music at that point.
Yeah.
All of these people are doing their. I don't even like using R. Kelly reference because he's a sick fuck.
Yeah, the shit was crazy.
But
You feel me? Like,
the Bill Cosby situation makes a little bit more sense.
yeah, because it was like, no, well, not like, but it was some sort of the same type
you
of
was,
situation.
you was roofing females up and
But they knew.
Right.
They knew.
R. Kelly beat his case.
Different cases. Man.
I'm tired of talking about this nigga Robert Kelly, man.
Okay, but
I'm
we
sick
not
of
gonna-
him, bro.
We're not gonna go in
Wipe-
there.
wipe
We're not
that
gonna go in
away.
there on all that. But listen, Cardi B's not gonna have a case.
There's
Definitely
no
not.
reason for it.
Like
There's literally no reason for the case.
I'm not
it
even
came
mad
out
about
in the
it.
interview
I'm gonna
that
just
she
be
said.
honest. If R. Kelly really like did have sex with all these girls that are claiming that he did it, then I would be mad too. But there's no proof. Cardi B said herself, this is what she did, and she's not gonna serve any time.
In which I believe that she won't serve any time until like people actually come out and say that this actually happened to them. But I don't think nobody gonna come out and say that.
She said it herself.
I mean, but that's cool. But at the same time, she can say,
I really don't.
I don't care though. Like it's
Same,
it's not
same.
even as bad.
It's not
Like,
that deep.
It doesn't look as
I
bad.
care.
It really, that's the
You
thing
care?
about it. It
I
doesn't.
care.
Why? It's not.
It still doesn't look. It still doesn't look as bad. You know what I'm saying? Even if she would have drugged these men and raped them,
Yeah.
you know, just jumped on them, hopped on them,
It just don't look bad for the niggas. Cause
it don't look as bad.
All right, so this is why I care. I care because like from a male standpoint, and I love women to the T. It's just the fact that a lot of women that hate men, and that's back in Cardi, they're literally acting like men can't they can't do nothing right. But in this situation, that Cardi did something that a man would do. You know, get hers and get out.
Call a spade though. It's so much stuff as men that we get away with that women can never do.
Explain.
It's self-explanatory.
No, explain.
We can have sex with a lot of women, and it's not going to be frowned upon as if they have sex with a lot of men.
Men get paid on an average. I would feel like men get paid better wages than women. That's something to get complained about. Jobs come easier to men than it would a woman. So something like this is like a win. Just call a spade a spade.
Okay, Keaton, on the sex part, I was raised that your body is a temple, whether the temple is in Egypt or in Las Vegas.
Plenty of people was raised like that.
I mean, either way it go, you feel me?
CJ, you don't give a fuck about that body as a temple shit, nigga. The way a woman is supposed to be.
I plead 2/5.
Come on, man. It's not going to look as bad.
It doesn't. And with the Cardi situation, it's things like people who are against it, they're calling for some endorsements to get stripped or something. Like Cardi has a deal with Reebok apparently, and it was pointed out to me that Rick Ross at the time also had a deal with Reebok when he got dropped for having his line in the Rocco song.
Exactly.
They're talking about dropping pills. So people feel like, well,
and that was just a rap lyric.
Right.
It was just a rap lyric, yeah.
And she out here doing it.
Cardi really said that she did it.
But like I said, sometimes
the deal still stands.
Sometimes you gotta chalk one up and take it. Like I don't really care about it. Yo,
shout out to Rick Ross.
She said that's how she had to make ends meet at one point.
I understand, but does that make it acceptable?
I don't really care.
I mean, we know you don't care as long every week I say you don't care.
In society's eyes, it's acceptable.
Okay, Keaton. All right, I can go with
that's
that.
the thing like you not. It.
Yeah,
that's the thing
this
about
woman
it.
out here by herself, making ends meet, being grimy. Keaton, he always talks about it makes him. How do I want to say it? It makes him admire the artist more if they rapping what they really out here living.
Well, yeah, her second album she don't need to let Offset write nothing for her. Okay, she need to get with
somebody grimy.
She need to get with the Locks niggas. She need to get with
Styles, Chic,
niggas collab with
nigga.
Not Chic, but just Kiss or Styles, Fabulous. Get with all the guys and let them collab with her, let them write with her, and come out with a banger. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna go platinum.
I feel like she's got to that point though where anything she drops is gonna be platinum. No, the single can be bad. She's entering into that era. Like when your fans don't give a fuck about what you put out, it's going to sell regardless. And I feel like you got people in that era right now that's straight. Beyonce, Rihanna, that type of era. No matter what they drop, they can put out an album of them cutting up apples. Just that sound alone, and it's going to move units.
Can Nicki Minaj put out an album right now that people are gonna sell? That people are gonna just rush and buy?
Her fan base,
Cardi,
I think both albums. Yeah, both albums did go number one. Cardi stayed at number one longer than Nicki's did, because when Travis Scott joint dropped, Nicki got right to second.
Right.
So I feel like she still has the name and the crazy enough fans to do it, but her fans
dying down.
They just old news. They still there because they just irrelevant to me though. All that Nicki had her time in the spotlight. Now she's slowly, unwillingly riding off into the sunset.
I think Cardi B is like really trying to like write her own name, and I think of course, I feel like this is a plot.
Right.
You know, I feel like she's about to come out with something.
Of course.
And you know, she won Grammys off her
The first album, right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
So already got a road.
so she hot right now.
Right. Can't do no wrong. So that
And
second
so
album
she
probably
feeling
on
like
the way.
She gonna have to come with something to follow up that can't be
Right.
trash. You know, for a female.
And like the single, the money single is doing well right now. That's cool. Now you keeping relevancy with this story in the news, whether it's intentional or not. It's something to keep her name going.
I definitely think it's intentional. Like you go from the whole
This stuff just don't pop up out of nowhere.
this you had the Offset cheating situation, then they get back together.
Right. So she really it's really been nonstop for real. Right. This shit.
She
this-
just had
yeah.
a baby.
Yeah, this shit
After
not
she won the
stopping.
Grammy. Now
Then
you got
then
this
Offset
coming
album
out.
comes out. You got
You
the
know?
baby on the album cover. Ain't never seen the baby before. So
Yeah,
she rolling. She's on a roll.
she's definitely on the roll.
But moving on from that,
Yeah,
two of
'cause
us seen
Cardi.
out. I mean, I said out. Us
What is
seen
out, nigga?
us this past week.
Yeah, nigga.
I have some thoughts on it.
What's up?
For the most part,
Yeah.
I thought this shit was dumb. It's too much fucking. Oh, just to alert you, if you haven't seen the movie,
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
yeah, just skip through the shit if
Strong
you don't want to
spoiler
hear
alerts for
because
me,
I don't
I'm
give
telling
a
you.
fuck about it.
It's coming from me strong. All right, first off, let's talk about how much money that the sales made this week. How much they made? Like 70 mil.
70 million. Shout out to Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
He doing his numbers, and he said he won't go on feature. He can't see himself featuring a white man in one of his movies. 'Cause he's a black director, and I mean,
How you
You know,
feel
he-
about that, Key?
I feel like, white people may be offended by that, but I feel like it's black excellence. You know what I'm saying? Like he like, listen, I believe in our people. I'm just doing this for us, strictly for the culture, and we're gonna do numbers.
Nah, he said it in a good way though.
Exactly.
He was like, I seen that movie before. Like everything he wanted to get done. Like I seen that movie. That's a good way.
You
to say
know,
it. Like,
I feel like that. Like he's an example of how to get us back in tune with ourselves and really be proud of something. Like this man is really doing something, and it's all us.
and it's crazy how Jordan Peele is doing it. I mean, because he actually had to be accepted by the white community. Because he's one of those Comedy Central comedians.
Mhm.
Him and Key and Peele. Like it's all Comedy Central stuff, and they still drop stuff Comedy Central wise on YouTube, which I love because I like blue collar comedy. Like that dry, it can happen, and it's just funny type. Yeah, that junk cold to me. But as far as like as a director and everything, like I love his movies, his pictures. Like they Get Out, junk cold, and a lot of people don't know that he's a part of Big Mouth too. And like I watch a lot of his interviews, and they were like how you switch in and out from horror movies to comedic movies. I mean the comedic scene. And nigga said the only thing that changes from horror and comedy is the music that plays, which that actually dawned on me because it's all kind of like the same dark type stuff, like dark comedy. And
Yeah,
then
and
horror.
like I feel like classifying this movie as a horror film.
yeah.
It
wasn't it for real. Like it's more of a comedic horror, like one of those. Which I like how he directs because he puts you in a situation for suspense.
I wouldn't even classify it as comedic horror. I would it's unless the term for horror has changed. I get why it was classified as horror, but I'm more comfortable with the word thriller than horror with this
Okay,
movie.
yeah. I mean, but look at it. Like, Buddy really gave people a time where in the movie, multiple times where you don't know what's gonna happen and all that. Which
It's suspenseful.
Which at the same time that gives you a window to give people leeway for a laugh, but they still gonna be at the edge of their seats. Like, I don't know.
I mean, but shit, you can watch all the fucking Taken movies.
take it, nigga. You know it's not scary.
It was a thriller. It was a thriller.
It's an action-packed film, nigga.
I mean, action-packed film and people getting killed. I feel
No,
like
nigga,
was us not the same thing?
Taken was a plot that says, "Oh, you took somebody in my family 2 times.
Honestly, the
third
story,
one, oh, you took me,
The
nigga.
storytelling in the first one was better than half the fucking movie of this one.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the movie.
Mhm.
I felt like the writing was mediocre at best.
Mediocre? How?
It was too much loose ends.
What you
It's
mean?
way too much loose ends. For one, just sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Lupita, the real one that you think is real, ain't.
Yeah.
She turned out to be the fucking fake one.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
First thing is stupid.
What's
So
the loose
okay,
end in that?
if the real one is the freak,
Yeah.
she has freak babies with a freak with the red dude. Her babies turn out like that, but the actual freak
Yeah.
is with a human husband, and their kids are perfectly normal. That makes no sense.
All right, it makes perfect.
That makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it does not. So
Because-
why ain't her kids half freak?
Because when you take a deranged person from a, like, you could take a special ed person and they can have normal babies.
Fam.
Same.
Fam.
They can have normal babies.
But ain't a special.
Same.
Hold on, wait, because no, classify special ed.
All right, let me turn it around. How do not normal, how do non-special human beings have special ed kids?
I feel you though, but
Yeah.
that's still stupid.
How?
No,
How?
that movie scenario is stupid.
How?
Because she'd had 2 kids, the opposite of those kids.
Okay, all right.
So why ain't the kids freaks?
All right, so here we go. Your kids, you from New York.
We're
Right.
talking about. Oh, you got it. You got
You
it.
You raised the kids in Alabama. Are they gonna be of New York culture?
Yeah.
It's hard. I try to keep my son as Virginia as possible.
My mother
He
raised.
go to Virginia
my
every
mother raised
year,
me.
but
I
his
can't
mother's from
identify
Alabama.
I can't identify to anything Southern for real.
You know, he lives down here in Birmingham. We go to all the events down here too.
Yeah,
And
But see,
he's
that's
from
that's
Birmingham.
yeah,
Son
that's
gonna rep
different. Like your
Birmingham.
kid was like really born here, and this
Absolutely.
this is literally all he knows.
All right, so for
Oh no,
Lupita
he
in
know
the movie-
Virginia too.
A
He
little
done been to
bit,
Virginia.
right. But this ain't what he didn't breathe for like extended amount of years. And
That's all
All
right.
right.
He
Right.
gonna he
But what
gonna
I'm
breathe
saying-
Virginia every year
What I'm
for
saying-
extended years.
But
He
hear me.
gonna know his daddy from Virginia.
That's funny. Is that? And nigga not from Virginia, nigga from Birmingham. But all right, so Lupita in the movie, she was switched at like the age of 7, right? Like something around it. They never classified. But it was like 1986 and then like present day type stuff. So I feel like she was like age of 7. And when she was switched, the people that were tethered, they could not talk at all. Like the tethered people did not talk, vocalize anything. Blase, whatever.
they just made noises.
Yeah, they made cluck cluck noises, all that. I don't even know the symbolism of that. I don't want to go too deep into that because I don't really care. But like,
And that's another thing, man. People drawing all these conclusions and theories about a
Niggas.
movie that, like, it had a whole backstory and enough to go. It didn't make sense.
But what I like about Jordan Peele is that after his movie comes out, he does, go into the Reddit and he explains that if people theories are right or wrong. He did the same thing for Get Out, and hopefully he does it for us because I want a lot of these stories that people thinking about washed away. Because
Fam,
niggas
like-
tripping.
I
Like,
like,
niggas tripping.
I like the fact that he got y'all minds thinking about this.
Yeah.
It's definitely
yeah.
something that
End of the
gets you
day.
thinking because I was mad as hell sitting in that movie. For the most part, some parts got me.
Yeah.
Cool, but for the most part, getting to the end was what really made me like, oh shit, because I wasn't expecting that.
I called the end of the movie at the beginning.
Okay, I'm calling bullshit.
I swear to God, I called the end of the movie
Okay,
at the beginning.
okay.
Okay, all right. You could tell at the fact like that. Why would the girl who was tethered not take the chance to take the other girl spot? Like why? Why wouldn't you?
That was the last thing in my mind on my mind.
Nigga, because you don't care. I just said right
That
there.
has nothing to do with that.
Bro, I sat there and I just looked. You could tell in between the movie, especially in the movie when she had the first kill that she got, she killed the white girl, the white daughter who was supposed to be dead. She killed her. You could tell how she like reverted back to that natural mindset, like that state of when like she had to be when she was with the tether. You could tell. I was like, oh yeah.
How they never had to kill each other.
They never had to kill each other, but she went back to that cluck cluck noise making, like she really growled and riled up like the little boy was. What was his name? The son? Pluto? The Pluto, the
Yeah,
tether boy. Yeah. She went back to that. And at the same time, when she killed the other, like when the Red, when she killed Red, because her name is actually Red.
Yeah, I got you.
When she killed Red, she went into that same state and she turned up. That's why the little boy, when he was in the locker, he was like, "Oh nigga, I know." Like,
I mean, he
I
heard the
tell.
whole story.
She didn't say the story, nigga.
When they in the classroom and he's stuck in the locker the whole time as they fight.
Yeah, but
so he heard the whole story.
The locker was in it was in a different room, a totally different room. Like they walked out of that room, went back into the hallway, went to the room. So yeah, all I'm saying is like she showed signs throughout the movie. Like all you gotta do is just watch her throughout the movie, and she showed signs of how she was the little girl who switched with the tether. Like, and I called it at the beginning of the movie because you can just tell. So,
Okay.
But one part of the movie that I did get from it, I got that the movie was basically it basically showed the strength of a black woman.
Okay.
In a way, because when the dad what was his name?
It's not coming to me.
All right, so when the good dad, I'm gonna say the good dad, not the tether dad. When the good dad was actually trying to make decisions, nothing happened. Boom, nothing happened. But he never listened to mom, the black woman. He never listened to her. Never.
Yeah, she wanted to leave. She wanted to leave the house.
She
refused to leave. Yeah,
Boom.
right.
Even when like danger came, she was like, "Nah, don't go out there, bro. Don't fool with it." Like she knew what was up. Like mom know everything. Dad won't listen. So I take that on to like a point of life. Like, do we not listen to black women enough when they rant on? Like, well, we call it ranting, but they actually have something to say. Like, does the world not listen to black women enough when a black woman probably has the best outlook for the world, no matter how demented we think they are or not know what's going on?
Who's we?
I'm saying the word. I don't think black women are demented. But like
okay, I feel.
They have a certain outlook. Yeah.
Personalize things to me and be like, oh, I've been living in a single parent household with my mother all my life, so I know my mother's strong. So
yeah.
I know I take value in that.
Yeah.
But as a whole, no, I feel like in general, black women aren't as appreciated as they should be.
Yeah, the black woman is very depreciated in this world, but it doesn't help when they. That's another subject. Okay, let's talk about the movie, bro. Let's talk about the movie.
Listen, to all the people, this is not a spoiler alert because I have not seen the movie. That's why I'm quiet. I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm kind of like trying to imagine something in my mind of what the movie gonna see. I'm gonna go see the movie for myself. It should make y'all want to go see the movie if you haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah.
And because what they talking about, we can develop our own opinions on how we figured it was gonna turn out.
A lot.
At the end of the day, yeah, it sounds like to me it was a good movie, and Jordan Peele doing his thing.
Yeah, like he make you think. Like I've never, outside of movies, wanted to take a whole movie and like depict everything that happened into it, and and decipher what it really meant after watching other movies, but his movies. Like the only person I've done that for was Quentin Tarantino movies. This is because I like his movies. So like,
right.
Other than
I don't
that,
think a lot. I'm not gonna give that movie that much credit on. Oh, it made me think like this, like never before in any other movie.
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of reaching out there. There's a lot of reaching.
It's
on these.
plenty of reach. It's
Yeah.
so many messages that I just did not care to look for, like the rabbits. I seen somebody was talking about, oh, you seen all the white rabbits, and it was, out of all those white rabbits, it was one black rabbit. Like, who? I didn't even see a black rabbit.
I saw a black rabbit.
Didn't really care. I felt like that was stupid.
I mean, but rabbits symbolize just like straight up, a testing process.
Yeah, I did read. I read some stuff.
Oh, okay, all right. I ain't know.
I read a little bit into it because I'm like, why the
read.
fuck are these rabbits here? But
I'm waiting to read up about this stuff because.
But I don't want to over exaggerate or overwork myself on a fucking movie that's based on nothing.
And another theory that I got from our sound engineer Austin, shout out to our boy Austin. The nigga said that he think the sun was switched out the year before, and he said there's many things in the movie that happens that actually validates his argument. And I call bullshit. Like I don't think the sun was switched out, bro. Like it's no way.
If the sun was switched out, I feel like that would have been explained, and I feel like this is a movie that doesn't need a sequel.
And Jordan Peele is he's complex, but he isn't as complex as people think or trying to make him be, because like nigga, it's not that in depth. Like it's a movie. Everything on the screen you get. And
it wouldn't make no sense for him to be switched a year before, hypothetically speaking, because if he was switched the year before, I feel like
he would know.
Yeah, I mean,
he wouldn't be in that
granted,
state.
he wasn't as afraid of his red.
Yeah.
But
he was.
He wasn't. I said as afraid.
Yeah.
Wasn't as afraid. I would be scared of something that looks like me with a burnt mouth too.
But you gotta think about it. The nigga was
He was weird anyway.
Like kids are young, and kids mostly like when they see stuff, they don't know what's right or what's wrong in a lot of situations. So they probably like, oh, okay.
He wasn't 5, bro. He knows what's right and wrong.
The nigga probably was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, he was bigger than that. I was like a 9 or 10-year-old.
I was a bigger 10-year-old then. Like,
fam,
that nigga size was like.
You like 6'2", dog.
That nigga was little, bro. I don't know.
What movies are better than Jordan Peele's right now?
Right now?
Right now.
I haven't really watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Like,
I really couldn't tell you.
Right.
I don't be.
as far as
I watch movies like that.
The Avenger movie's gonna be better. Endgame's gonna be better.
Are you gonna go see those?
Definitely gonna go see that movie. I'm definitely I'm walking in harder than trying to see this Us movie. I'm sorry. I like the superhero shit. I like the anime shit. Like I just feel it better. But the Us movie was a good movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10 for my first watch. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
That sounds like a good movie.
But the structure of the movie, if you're not really into it, it'll lose you. Like, 'cause some of the content, some of the the words, the acting. I mean, the acting's good.
The acting was saved for me because,
Yeah.
I felt like the writing was mediocre.
The
That's
writing
beautiful.
was it was like
So if that's the case, then that's what's supposed to really show off in the movies, right?
yeah.
The acting.
Yeah, but what Jordan Peele actually said, he was like, he wanted, and which it was brilliant. I understand, like he wanted to make a movie that he wanted to see. I like that. I like that.
Right.
So he made a movie that he wanted to see, and it was because he's into horror and everything. But he was like, he just wanted a cast of a full black family, which I love how all the complexions match. He picked his cast very well, and he just wanted a full black family in a horror movie. What would they act like? And niggas never take nothing serious. If you watch that movie,
Right, okay, right.
If you watch that movie, nigga, like you'll get like, yeah, this is how niggas might act in the movie. And plus, I like how he placed the dad, how he kind of designed him, because the essence of and the outlook of a big black man, you feel me? Like it's just supposed to take over everything, you feel me?
Right.
And it's a scene where at the beginning, like when the kid was like, it's a family outside in our yard. And nigga, he tried to walk out, and you could tell the black man was like from the other side. Nigga grew up in the burbs, nigga. Like you could tell, like he's not.
You
hear
it
cut.
in their voice.
Yeah, you hear in his voice, but he actually walked out, and he tried to give that big black man voice, like you know what I'm saying. If y'all got a problem, y'all need to leave out our yard.
Sound
Like
forced.
he sound
Right.
forced, and like that big black man presence didn't work. They were just like, yeah, we ain't fucking with this. We finna come impose on y'all house. So they like when he brought that up. It was just like, damn, like he really showed that big black man outlook don't really.
And there's little small details that was in that movie that I really did appreciate.
Yeah.
Looking back,
Yeah.
like the initial meeting between the tethered people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't really care to think about how easily the girl that's accepted getting handcuffed to the table.
Yeah.
When you fast forward to the end of the movie and they show you that she handcuffed I can't even call it the nun freak one. You assume is not a freak.
All right, so Keaton, for niggas who ain't watched the movie, Keaton, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, the one who seems like she's a good wife is actually the bad wife.
The normal one, I would say,
normal.
not bad, good, bad, but normal.
Because in this movie, actually, you can't even pick a good and bad side.
It's just like, normal and
it's like a
freak.
family in a family, like freak and freak. Like they all just like one just wants to. One got took. And
because she was different. She
was different.
She was
though.
different from all the other freaks that was locked away.
That's another meaning too. I feel like that shows another side. Like she was put into a place that she wasn't supposed to be in. She was actually put there and forced to do things that she didn't want to do. And she was actually good because in the fight scene, as long as I can go back to you because you watched the movie, in the fight scene, you can see the person who didn't want to do the shit was the better person.
Mm-hmm.
Like. They had a little fight scene, bro, and the actual one who was supposed to be the tethered one, she was just swinging. And the one who was actually just forced to do like the dance and ballet shit that the other one had to do because of whatever happened on in the other earth.
They did that though. They
did the exact same
yeah.
thing. They mirrored what they did. So she had to do it just because she did it. The one who had to do it, that motherfucker was so crisp. Mean step, side step, backstep. Like she was.
It was
They were moving.
the ending scene of that movie was
Cold.
it was beautiful. I'll use the word beautiful to describe it.
Yeah.
Like my attention wasn't really captivated all throughout that movie, but when it dropped that she wasn't who I thought she was,
And then that Lunas.
I'm just
That song.
I'm not I don't
That
care.
song
I don't
had extra.
I don't really care that he jazzed up 5 on the beat. I could care.
But he does
less.
it in every movie. Like the other movie, he gave a beat, a song that actually is good for the black community. Like it's something that we relate to. Just like what was in Get Out? Redbone. I think it made Redbone like an anthem for his movie, nigga. Like, come on, bro.
Redbone to 5 on it.
Great songs. Redbone, Childish Gambino.
Cool, yeah, great,
Yeah.
but I could care less about 5 on it being the song. It fit the scene, whoop-de-doo.
That beat is scary.
But it's the scene, what the verbiage I heard, that whole scene, the writing of that last scene that took you out to end the movie, amazing.
Yeah, he did good on the end of the scene, kid. You gotta go watch that movie, bro.
I'm gonna go watch the movie.
It made suffering
You
through
better
the most
believe
of that movie worthwhile.
Suffering.
All of you that haven't seen the movie, go out and watch that movie because it sounds like it's a great
That
movie
last
to me.
15, 20 minutes of that movie is worth staying for.
Honestly, the last 30 minutes is worth it. Is worth it. I like
That's
the
a
part.
quarter of the movie right there.
I like the part where they actually. I'm not trying to spoil the whole movie, but fuck it. I like the part when they killed the white family and they were so easily to kill, but the black family actually put up a fight. Like you cannot kill them niggas, but the white family came in. Like the killers came straight in. Their tether people came in straight off them niggas, straight up. Like they didn't last 5 seconds. So it's just like
Done for.
The message.
the message of it. Like even though this message isn't about race, it's about like it's just a doppelganger movie. That's all it is, a doppelganger movie. But it just shows like shit.
Be strong.
Black people actually gonna live out them scary movies. Like they always die first. Then we gonna live out. Fuck it. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
The message.
The message of it.
You know,
I guess that's the message.
that's beautiful.
That ain't the message, but that's my message.
Okay.
That's a 2 message for you right there, nigga. That's all that is. Niggas gonna outlive
I mean, that's true though.
like Twinkies.
I mean, it was the only one was like LL Cool J.
Well, Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, that was the only one where the black man lives all throughout.
Yeah, they had Trey Songz in that Texas Chainsaw movie. I thought he was
What?
gonna live. Trey Songz in the Texas Chainsaw movie.
I never seen it.
Oh, they had him in that bitch long. I thought he was gonna live. Then
It's
that
so-
boy died in a car accident. They had to kill a nigga some way, bro.
Oh.
Was he the first one to die?
Nah, he was like the
at,
third
least
one.
at least he wasn't the first.
Nah, but I thought the nigga was gonna live. They killed him in the car. Like the nigga couldn't even come with the
Fam,
chainsaw.
how
LL Cool J is the
Bro, do you
only
wanna
black
s-
man to survive a horror movie.
No,
Maybe not,
Ice
but-
Cube on Anaconda.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right,
Ice Cube
all
was
right.
But fam, be
He
real
wrote
with
that
yourself.
too.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Shout out to
You
Ice
gonna take
Cube.
Trey Songz serious in a horror movie anyway?
Nah, I don't really like the nigga music anyway. So
You
shout out to Virginia
reckon?
niggas. Shout out to Virginia niggas, bro.
You don't like Trey Songz?
Wow.
Chris Brown on top.
That ain't
Chris
what
Brown
I said.
nice.
But you
Chris
don't like
Brown nice,
like
but
Trey
wow.
Songz.
I like that Trey song, that Rated Trey song, and then the one with this right here is a
yes
panty
or
dropper.
no? Yes or no?
Whoa, whoa.
You not fucking with Trey Songz.
I fuck with that Rated Trey songs.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I
Trey
probably fuck with
Songz.
that Tremaine's album too, but
Tremaine was hard.
other than that, I like the
I ain't
tape.
played a Trey Songz album in years, but I still fuck with him.
I fool with like his
Nah,
earlier
I played
music. I like the
all
Braids
that
Trey
shit.
songs.
Okay,
when he had the
okay.
braids,
Come
bro.
on,
Then
man.
when right when he
Hey,
cut
listen.
him, it was cool. But Chris Brown really like. When Chris Brown went to jail on that Rihanna shit, it was just like, here go Trey Songz. We gonna give out another nigga. And so
Wasn't
happy
he
he's
out
from
before? He
Virginia.
was out before that.
But
That-
he got
That
real,
Tremaine and
yeah.
that Trigger was hard.
So
Both
Keith,
of those was hard.
you being from Virginia, who would you rather listen to, Trey Songz or Chris Brown?
I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather listen to Trey Songz because
Yeah.
Trey Songz gonna come through with the smoother R&B. Like
Okay.
it's gonna sound more like grownish to me. Like
Chris Brown got
Chris-
his little pop. He's kind of on that popish ass a little
right,
bit.
Chris Brown is dead nice.
And
Don't
I'm
get me
sure-
wrong.
and I'm sure- and I'm sure
dead
Trey
nice.
Songz-
Nice.
He the king. He the king right now. He can perform. He can dance his
Yeah,
ass off.
the whole thing.
He
But I-
not
package.
soft. You know what I'm saying? And he can sing.
But I
Chris
feel
Brown
like-
can sing.
I feel like what happened to Chris Brown though, like his whole career was basically, it was tarnished by the situation with Rihanna.
Tarnish.
And a lot of people hate him because of that Rihanna situation.
They do.
I mean,
They
boy,
do.
You gonna,
They
boy,
They
you
do.
gonna have that crowd of people. You put your hands on a woman.
But
You're
it-
gonna be stamped for the
You
shit.
did.
Like that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did. He was
but-
wrong for that.
But
But he knows it.
But at the same time, Keaton, how you feel about, because on social media these days, it's been a lot of videos popping up where these young men have been hitting these people. Like I saw a video earlier where a girl was playing a prank on her boyfriend, which it turned very, very, very south, went dumb south.
Violent.
And like he started just straight wailing on her. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? You feel me? Like, I thought he was just gonna, up cry or up the strap, like playing with her or something. And she was like, oh, it's a joke. Nah, he really gave her like 18 pieces, fried hard. Honey barbecue with lemon pepper.
That's
you feel
disgusting.
Me? Hey, it made me sick, bro. Like
it made me sick to my stomach to see that.
Nah,
that's the definition of a coward. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, this girl didn't even touch you. She didn't even touch you. She playing a joke on you.
Yeah.
And you just go in on her like that. Cause even if it wasn't a joke, and she just told you she didn't want to be with you no more, that's what you gonna do to her? You can't go out here and get you another one. You gonna beat her down like that?
And they look like a little YouTube couple too. Like that's why I'm saying that YouTube couple should become like a facade too. It just be all for kicks and giggles and shit. Like,
yeah, that ain't no kicks and giggles out of that at all. That was crazy.
Damn, I didn't see that video, but I'm aware of it. It's stuff like that that's kind of uncomfortable to watch. And then like I'm even mad I saw the dude on the subway.
Oh wow,
nigga,
that's literally disgusting. You kicking this lady old enough to be
78,
and this man looked like he a good 40, 50.
I got a problem, bro. Like no matter how old these folks is, I mean, because like a lot of older people are disrespectful just because they're older. But no matter what, you gotta respect your elders. Like you can say anything, but when you put your hands on these motherfuckers, you gotta be accountable for what you did and take that L when niggas come up and scrap with you. Like,
but see, my issue
he gonna get that work. He's going to get
the subway dude, right?
Yes.
I seen they captured him.
Yes.
He's in prison.
Is going to
but my thing with that, I'm off. Yo,
he might not live.
My thing with that is, you see all these spring breaks fights happening on the beach, people recording and don't nobody break it up.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about it. Don't. Kids will do that. Kids is dumb.
I don't like that.
I'm not favorable for it, but it is what it is. That's been happening for years.
If you can video a woman getting beat up instead of like going and trying to grab this man from beating this woman down,
y'all don't agree with that.
He knocked her out.
But see,
I mean,
with that
beat
subway
her
stuff,
up.
This is a grown man.
You time out.
I feel
You
like
on a
that's
subway, you kicking a 78-year-old woman, and you recording this shit? Ain't none of y'all ain't about to do nothing to this nigga. Y'all just gonna record it and let this. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. He's stomping this woman clean in the face. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but record it. What's going on? Like, what kind of man are you? That's a woman that's old enough to. Some of y'all young enough. That might be a lady old enough to be your great grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You just gonna record this man stomping her out. Or she's sitting down. She ain't like standing up, and she's sitting down. She probably can't stand up. She probably walks slow all the, and he's stomping her. And y'all ain't gonna do nothing to this man but record it. Shame on all you niggas that recorded. Y'all niggas need y'all ass whooped. Every one of you niggas that recorded that shit, if you was a man and you recorded that shit, you should get your ass whooped right now. Straight face. Like, ugly. For you to be able to record that and see that woman get stomped out like that and you ain't do nothing. You ain't even try to grab the nigga. Yeah, even if you was scared, you could at least try to grab the nigga like, yo, son, chill. You ain't even do that. You gonna record it. Like it's comedy or some shit. Like, oh yeah. Yo, my man stomping her out.
Yeah.
Lady 78 though. What kind of man is you?
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm kind of like with Keaton on that shit because like at a certain time I be thinking about my mom. Like, what if she out here in these streets by herself and like some little niggas come and try her on some shit like that? And like if I see a video of my mom get anything done to her, like if they touch her shoulder and them niggas dead. Them niggas dead,
it's
bro.
Bad.
Them niggas dead. I don't know, bro. Like think about the lady family. Like if she got family, hopefully she does, and them niggas really act upon like I want to act upon them and shit.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. Think about how they feel. Like they got to see their grandma and their mom.
Right. That's cringeworthy stuff.
I hope they showed every cell. I hope they put him in the block with all killers, all life facers, niggas that is not getting out. I hope they put him in there with them.
Them
You know,
niggas that
cats
don't know
been
what's-
doing push-ups for 20 years straight. Early. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Push-ups
They
heavy.
ripped up, looking young, and they like 40. They about to do this, like, you did that. Cat says, that's a woman that's old enough to be their grandma. If he 40 and she's 78, that's somebody that's old enough to be his grandma.
That's grandma right there.
That's grandma.
Yeah, that's grandma right
You about
there.
to stomp his. That's how they gonna look at it.
Yeah.
You stomp my grandma. That was a violent crime. They gonna throw him in with the violent offenders.
Oh, yeah.
They should. He gonna get that work.
And they gonna get that business.
He gonna get that work all earth. They gonna jump the shit out his ass,
but
and
it'll be
they
somebody's
should
girlfriend.
punish him. To all of you cats that's in there, I don't like. I don't want our brothers to be locked up. I don't promote our brothers being locked up. I like our brothers to, you know what I mean, get
Yeah,
out
yeah,
here
get
and,
out.
and,
Get some money.
and get some money.
Get out, get
You know what I'm saying?
some money,
Finally, you know, I know y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do sometimes, but just find a
Yeah.
way to get out of that before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Use your money, put it to good use. You know what I mean? Put it back in the community. Get out of themselves. But for the cats that's in there, that's gonna be in there with him, please fuck him up daily.
And Key, let me take a James Harden step back on what you just said real quick. I'm an advocate for niggas in the hood having to do what they gotta do to get out. But for the niggas who actually just in and still doing it, put your money to better use, bro. Like you can clean your money up real quick and do something real positive. I know these streets, the money calls, and you gotta do what you gotta do for your family. You gotta live your life. You gotta live, eat, all that good stuff. Get out of the game, bro. Like it ain't stable. It ain't stable. The game wishy-washy for anybody. You can be on one day, and then the next day you can be in the cell, county, main jail. You can be on and off, back and forth, just like that. Like you don't want to live that life. You don't want to live that life like not knowing, like, basically if you're gonna die tomorrow just because of what you're doing. Like anybody can die, but like on some shit like that, that's a riskier lifestyle. So to my niggas that's out here doing that, you feel me? More power to you, because I can't do it. I ain't gonna do it. You feel me? I get mine on the cleaner scale and on the cleaner platform. But if you're doing that, get out when you can, bro. Like you don't gotta live your whole life like that, bro. Like nah.
You don't feel like that's their mentality, though?
I mean, okay.
Some folks don't. Some folks don't want to get out.
Some because that easy money is good. Like that quick money is what they like. They love that shit.
They
you
love
feel me?
it. They
Right.
love it.
They love you. Remember they can go.
They got way more money than us right now.
Most
They
definitely.
they go tell us, my nigga, what the fuck you got? Nigga, what's your paycheck? I made that today.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know what I'm saying? They can tell that. They can tell that to us. We understand. It's a lot of money in it, and you got to be cut different. You get to say that, but.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot harder to make that money in jail. And then when they put you to work in jail, they're going to pay you like $2 an
Penny or
hour.
shit. Not even
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
You might
Like,
get
yeah,
paid.
you ain't even going to
They
get that.
$38,
And you're going to
$36.
work that hard on that job that they make you work in jail, whatever trade that you take up, for about 10 years for pennies. You know what I'm saying?
And don't let you owe the state. They gonna take that shit right when you make it.
You know, so
Over with.
if you're not, you know, if you're past a certain age and you're doing it and you're not making a lot, whereas if you're not making more than you would make if you had a full-time job and maybe an extra job, then, you know, why risk going to jail for 10 years to work for pennies when you can get out, you know, and you know, maybe start something and never have to spend a day in it.
You know what? I actually chalk up the streets. Like, I mean, they working hard. They be out here all day, you know, selling their dope and all whatever they do. You know, street knowledge. I don't know too much about it because I'm a good guy. But I chalk it up to niggas being lazy and not really want to work for what they need.
I don't.
Somebody
got to do it.
I would say this.
Who though? Like, why I got to be them?
Somebody got to do
When
it.
the last time you seen a white person? I mean, white people.
I don't live in that in that demographic.
Anytime you see a
That
white
ain't my
person
area.
selling something like of that nature or whatever nature like we want to say that the street niggas sell. Anytime you see a white person doing that type of business, they really about their business. Like niggas walking up in suits.
Well, they started somewhere,
it
or they was
depends
inherited
who that
though.
is.
Like they the ones that's been dumping that in our communities anyway.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? They inheriting that. But you know, to the brothers is the one that's out on the corners. They the ones that's dying. They trying to work. They're trying to work their way up.
Well, I gotta
Like
be like
you know,
that.
to
And
get
Grant,
that.
I feel
to
like
get that way,
it's area specific because I'm 1,000% positive. You got your white suburbs or your white trailer parks, whatever.
and they got
yeah.
you know lower
And the
level
white people be
guys
out there
and-
peddling
yeah.
whatever drugs they like. Same in New York in certain areas. You got your Asians out there doing the same thing.
Trailer
Right.
park culture is weird though.
I mean, but they probably feel that way about us.
I'd have to agree with him on that. They probably do. They probably think we weird.
You
They
got
don't.
the
They
people who
just
who
plain don't like us.
Who don't like
That-
you,
that-
but
yeah,
besides,
man.
like, hate aside, they might think rap music is weird, pop
Yeah.
music is weird. They like
Yeah.
they country, they tobacco, whatever the hell else.
And
they
we
like.
don't like none of that
Right.
shit. That shit corny.
As fuck.
You know?
It's probably vice versa for them.
Yeah,
So
right.
Hey man,
I feel like that goes either way.
I ain't sitting on no sofa and no lawn in front of my trailer park. You know, pulling back.
That's
Nah.
that's something I can't relate to. I don't understand. That's
No,
their
they-
culture.
they
But
like
at the same
Miller
time, that is true though. That is their culture. That's what they grow up on.
Yeah.
So that's what they know. You know what I'm saying? It's like a country man that live out, a country black man that live out way in the country somewhere.
Yeah.
He ain't grow up in no type of city
Right.
atmosphere.
His
He don't
food
know-
was in his backyard.
That nigga hunting.
Right. He hunting,
Catching
and
rabbits.
and he farming. You know what I'm
Whatever,
saying?
yeah.
Show me a nigga that catch rabbits. That nigga fast too. I'm just saying, nigga fast. So, yeah, man. But deeper into that cultural aspect, like for black people, when are we gonna stop normalizing that? You know, niggas kill niggas. I probably say this every week, but
We gonna stop normalizing it.
it's a normal thing now.
We gonna preach it every week, man. We
Yeah.
gonna listen.
No, that's
And-
good to do, but it's been normal.
It has been normal, and it's hard to tell these
That's
boys
terrible.
to stop.
That's
It's hard to
terrible.
tell these boys to stop. They in it, and we don't know nothing about it. We on the outside looking in.
Yeah,
You know,
But
they
and like that's really fabricated, not fabricated, but it's a fabric of a lot of people's lives. Who
No.
like it's years passed down on that type of lifestyle.
but think
It
about
is.
this. How
But what we want to do is, what I would say is, to the ones that have grown up in the trenches,
Yeah.
that are making babies now, try to keep your kids from having to grow up the way you grew up. So that's what we mean by be able to be there for your kids instead of having to go spend that 10 years away from your kids. And, you know, you risk your kids, you know, even if your woman, you and your baby mother don't work out and she gonna have another man, that's cool, but you still there. Your parents, your kids still know you there versus you go spend that 10 years and you ain't in control of nothing that's going on with your child. You gonna miss 10 years. That's a long time to miss with your child. Your child 3, you come out of jail, he 13. You know, he feeling like, I'm finna make it. He don't even know you. Yeah, he done been visited you a couple times, and that's if your baby mother gonna, you know, hold you down and let him come and visit you. 9 times out of 10, she not gonna, you know, she gonna be out here with another man. You know, like, you ain't gonna be able to have that family aspect, and the cycle just continues.
And I
So-
feel like you said, the cycle continues. That's something I feel like that's been generationally passed on through males. Like I can remember sitting in school hearing peers, I don't want to use the word friends, hearing peers talk about how when I have my kid, I'm going to be there for them, this and that. But growing up, I really can't talk bad on fathers that I've seen, that I went to school with, they're all there now. But just thinking in perspective that like life is really happening now, and you don't know, you might really fall off with your kid, you might fall out of whack with your baby mother, and it just might just get boring. It might become a complete just waste of space, and you're cool with that, and then the cycle continues. And like personally speaking, as somebody who says those things, that when I'm fortunate enough to be a father, I want to be there, I mean that. I truly do. And I have this whole picture in my head planned out on how I want my life, who I want a child by. Like, just it's mapped out. And sometimes you really sit there and think about, what if that don't go according to plan? You end up slipping up. You have a child by a woman you don't love, and now your child's back in the situation kind of that you were in. Would you take care of that child, or would you like neglect it because you don't want it? Yeah, that's your seed, but at the same time, it ain't go to plan. That's something I really sit there and I'm horrified of it. That's why I live my life kind of the way I live it, because I'm terrified that I slip up.
All right.
Because it's easy to say you're gonna be there for a child that you bring into this world, but
Yeah.
when you're actually living it, it is, damn, do I really want this? Do I want to go through what can happen to me not being with the child's mother? And
there is no question about it. You have laid down with this woman and made this child, so you have a responsibility. The child didn't choose to be born, so if you make this child, you do what you gotta do. It ain't about, even if you ain't got the funds, man. Raise that child. Give that child a chance. You know, you just going, oh, well, I don't want this no more, and the child on the way. Hey, if she didn't want to have the abortion, hey, you just gotta live with that. But it's your responsibility to make that to give that child a chance. Even if the baby mother tripping, well, hey, you know, I know some cats that's dealing with baby mothers that's real live tripping on them, like, you know, on some crazy stuff. But they're gonna come through with at least the funds if the baby mother tripping. If you ain't got the funds, then you damn sure need to be spending some time with the child, raising it. If the baby mother not tripping and all she wants you to do is spend that time. Because the time is what matters most.
Everything you just said made 1,000 complete sense. But sometimes you can be in that situation, know everything that you said applies to that. Want to do it, but mentally you just spaced out.
I got a
You
question.
can't.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So for all right, so you know, women have a choice to whether they want to carry a child or not and have the baby and actually live with the consequences of having the kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do y'all feel about if a man says straight up, I don't want to be a dad right now, and the woman decides to have the kid?
I mean, that's her choice. I mean, I can't stop that.
So
That's
you can't stop
do,
that.
Do you fault the man for not being in the child's life?
Yes.
at the end of the day.
Yes.
I mean, of course, you have those situations where you have those mothers who are conniving and whatnot, but at the end of the day,
Hey, you nutted in her.
right?
You should have pulled out. Bottom line,
so you
you
gonna
should have pulled out.
You gonna fault the man, not the woman?
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna fault the
You-
woman for not wanting to kill the child.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing
Like-
is, like, what if the woman? Oh, I want to have a kid, but the man, like, oh, I'm not ready to have a kid. I can't, I can't do what I gotta do to
Pull
be a
out.
father.
Pull out.
So is it forced upon the man to actually have to do what he got to do?
That's the decision you made. I mean,
Pull
there ain't no
out.
other way to paint that
I don't think
decision
it's
unless it's
How?
rape. Unless it's rape,
You
no.
know- fair.
You know what you gonna do if you not in it. You know that chance
That's-
you
that's
taking
the
if
risk
you
you
not
take.
in it.
All right, how about
That's
this?
the
How about
chance
this?
you
How
take.
about
You don't
this?
want to put on a condom. Pull out.
How about this? The dad, a man says that I want to be a dad. I like the thought of having a kid. You pregnant? We gonna have this kid. The woman like, nah, and they go get a abortion.
That's
That's the rules of society again.
You can't
They
do
got
nothing
that
about that.
choice.
no,
They hold
I'm
that-
not-
they
I'm not
hold
talking
that
society.
power, dog.
I'm trying to see what y'all moral standards are.
I feel like again, that's not frowned upon to me. If the woman want to be on birth control, she ain't ready to have a baby right now because she working on something. Now, on the flip side of that, if they're married, then that's different.
I
But
feel like you gotta have.
yeah.
I don't wanna
If
be
you my
gotta
wife,
have, but yeah,
if
but
you
that-
my wife, you
that's
gon'
not a planned,
I'll-
unplanned.
I
You gotta-
mean,
you married. You
I
married.
gotta
You
have it.
gotta-
You got.
you
I
gotta
ain't
go
hearing
through
that.
it.
Oh.
If you
Oh,
married,
well, I
you ready
ain't
to be a
trying to
dad.
have your baby right now. No. Yes, you
Yeah.
are. You know what I'm saying? We if I done married you, I done took that step. No, we gonna build this family. We gonna try.
You
to
just
really
gotta
make this work.
load up for that.
But
Yeah,
well,
we
why,
on some family matters stuff. You know?
why does culture? Why's the culture like turn to where men have to take responsibility, but if a woman don't want to do it, she can just I don't want to do it.
Because that's just how
that's
it
their
is.
decision.
I mean,
Why?
like, they the ones that
Most-
carry
yeah.
the baby. And that's the problem. Men want to listen. A man will never be able to go through what they got to go through to carry that baby.
Oh, definitely not. No.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to deal with that. Like a woman is by God's plan the nurturers. Now, if you done planted this seed in this nurturing creature, they not finna just. It's gonna be hard for them to get that up.
Unless that's just really what they want, because I'm personally against abortion because there are avenues to take if the mother and the father aren't ready to be parents. You can always up it for adoption or whatnot.
Well, there ain't no choice.
What you said?
Well, there ain't no choice.
It is.
Mom want to keep the baby.
I
but
just
dad don't.
said if both were
Okay,
if both were in
alright.
agreement, they both weren't ready to be parents. They can up it for adoption.
That's both for agreement. So, are you saying you're against abortion?
I just said that.
Kidding?
But with that, it's certain cases like a woman can get raped. A woman can get raped.
Sloan.
And it's saying then what?
Sloan. Kidding?
Listen, I'm gonna say this: it's the woman's decision. And I
Nigga,
know
what?
some women, I know some women will feel like that.
Mhm.
At the end of the day,
Right.
there is power. Women have power out here.
I got you.
There's certain power. You look at the way that they can just make a domestic violence claim, and the man gonna go right to jail
Or
with
at
no
least,
questions
or at
asked.
least get some charges
There's
pressed.
gonna
A
be
full,
some charges
full
pressed.
on slot of an investigation.
That's the power of a woman. A woman can co-seduce a man. Do some Cardi B type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have a man just lost, robbed on some Davies. I cannot believe this bitch robbed me type shit. When he was talking about Keisha in the song, that might have been Cardi. You know what I'm saying? He just called it Keisha. Probably, I cannot believe this bitch robbed me.
You might be able to something on that one. Like you
know
might,
what I'm saying?
you might be able to something.
There is some power. Women possess a lot of power out here. That's why and it goes back to what y'all was saying about the Us movie. The black woman is being underestimated out here, and they have a lot of power. But if you plant that seed in that woman, you made that change. You didn't pull out. You didn't wear a condom. You didn't pull out. You knew what you was getting yourself into. Once you do that, you ain't got no more decision making in that. You know, and then a lot of cats want to beat the woman up or something like that, you know, because she don't want to have a baby.
Oh, nah, we ain't talking about that. We ain't going that far.
And that's
I mean,
fucked up.
you can have those situations like you had with Rayka Ruth.
I'm just
Yeah, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Yeah, had a woman off. And the baby still lives. Shout out to the baby. The baby lives.
And he already had one previous child. He just got his bonus.
Right.
The girl says she's pregnant. Now you didn't fucked your money up.
Hey,
You fucked her life up.
you didn't pull out.
And all to try to kill a child that still made it.
Right. You went to prison. The child made it. The child is you know.
It was born extremely early.
Right. So the child is not like fully healthy, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's your fault, Ray Caruth, because you had the mother killed.
He took the coward's way out. Stuff like that is not okay.
That's not okay. Like,
You tried to play God and make her choice after she definitely decided to have the child. She was like 6 or 7 months pregnant.
Right. Come on, man. Listen, it is their choice. If you decide to bust that nut in her, you have to be prepared for the possible consequences, man. And you can't really look at it as a consequence. It's probably going to be a blessing in your case. Children are blessings, man. But once you do that with a woman, that's just natural biology. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, we know there's a God, because that's just the way he made it. If you bust that nut in that woman, you know that there's a chance that that baby going to be made in it. So pull out.
What y'all telling me is that a man really has no say-so after that.
You have no say-so once you nut in her.
That's a given.
If she ain't on birth control, it don't matter if she lied to you.
Oh, that's wild.
Listen, you better be smart. If you don't know her, you don't see her taking them pills every day. You don't know that she getting that shot. You ain't been to the. If you don't know for sure that she on that birth control and you nutting her, oh my nigga, you
Out of there.
Yeah, it's a done deal. You ain't got no decision making in this. That's the power of a woman. Y'all women, shout out to y'all women. Y'all got a lot of power.
Man,
shout out to y'all.
Bro.
We love y'all.
And that's
absolutely.
Don't abuse that power, though.
And like just go to just
Sometimes they can.
to finish my
On
statement.
the domestic violence shit, that's the shit that y'all be tripping on. Though. Y'all niggas,
whoa,
y'all getting
whoa,
niggas
whoa,
locked up on that shit, and that's fucked up. Nigga ain't touched you. Ain't touched you.
That's 50-50, dog.
That's fucked up. Now,
That's
now,
50-50.
on the like when we seen the videos, y'all niggas, y'all wrong. But to the women out there, y'all know the man ain't touched you.
Wrong is wrong, though.
Yeah, the man ain't touched you. You dead wrong for getting that man fucked up like that. Domestic violence is a very serious charge for a man to have. And if you know that man ain't touched you and you gonna call the police on this man, you know he got a good career going, and you gonna fuck his life up like that. That's niggas can't purchase guns. You know what I'm saying? Like you lose rights like it's a damn felony.
Guns,
You know what I'm saying? You can't purchase a gun. You lose you lose some natural rights on that. You know what I'm saying? If you get a domestic violence charge,
Right.
so you lose the right to be able to protect your house if necessary, because you got a domestic violence, and the woman that you got in your house is the one that pressed the goddamn charges on your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
So, in a heated situation like that, you and the girl get back cool. Would you get back with her if you really love her?
It happens. Absolutely.
I plead two of them things.
I'm gonna plead 2/5 on that. I'm gonna plead 2/5 on that.
Yeah.
But it happens, man. Love is love, and love is something that's very deep. You know what I'm saying? I want us to, we need to get back to loving more. That's why like when we see these parties now, man, hey, when we go into these clubs now, man, stop standing around looking at each other. Ladies, if a future show, if F&N come on, F&N come on in the club and you shaking, and a man walk behind you because he want to dance with you. Ladies, let that man dance with you. Like bond with him. You never know how that could turn out. Like have fun in the club. Ladies want to dance with each other, and the dudes are just standing around.
Yeah, man. But like my generation, like we kind of like into. I don't know what the fuck be going on because like you have a group full of girls sitting around, a group full of niggas over there. Then niggas trying to talk to the girls like nah, but they end up going and twerking on their friends. Which, I mean, hey, do what you want to do. You catch your club for what you want to do. I'm gonna walk out. You feel me? A satisfied man. Like I'm gonna be okay with myself because I know me. So and sometimes I go to the club just just to socialize and have drinks. Like it just be like, well, I go to mostly bars. When I go to the club, it's turn up time.
Right. If you in the club, man, they playing the songs to turn up to. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to when you can actually dance with a woman. Like, ladies, like a lot of times we not dancing in the club because if we walk up on you, y'all gonna want to look at us all stank and turn your heads away. We can't even approach y'all in the club. So
like Cardi B looked at them niggas. I'm going back to that. so you saying that like right now? You saying like ladies do what? Ladies let them what?
I mean like. What do you mean?
You said you were gonna say ladies let something do something.
Let these brothers dance on you in the club, man. Like you know what I mean.
Woo! So Cardi, you should have let these niggas just do what they had to do. You should just dance
what?
Niggas, right? I mean, I'm going about hey double standard, right? Is it double standard?
Cardi was stripping though. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like this, Cardi wasn't in no regular clubs, just dancing and vibing. Like when you look at the old school movies, like when you watch New Jack City.
Yeah.
New Jack, Nino Brown was straight hard.
Nino was tough. Yeah.
Nino was real hard.
Yeah.
He was in the club dancing with the women, having a good time. Nobody wanted no problems.
Because
they knew who Nino was.
They knew who Nino was.
He
could have fun in there.
But look at it. At a certain time,
you look at the Paid in Full movies.
Yeah, but like
they was in the club having a good time.
You know who Alpo was or whoever.
But even the guys that was just regular guys in the crowd, they was in there dancing on women the whole time. Parties used to rock.
But look at that generation. Like at a certain time, a woman like she did what she had like strong woman, but she was still a soft point for a nigga. These days, like a lot of women are like very hard, which they have to be. But they are very hard. Like
right. That comes from a generational thing, like Sloan said when. There's a generation of fathers that ain't there, and you got women out here that's not being raised by their fathers.
Yep.
And they going through, they growing up like the brothers is growing up.
Yep.
And they gotta be hard. You know what I'm saying? They growing up the same way these cats in the streets is growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they female, so they can't get out there on the block.
They
can.
Some of them can. Some of them can, but the majority of them ain't gonna just get out there on the block with these guys because they gonna get it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other brother will.
I had a lot of females like of this generation straight up tell me that can't no nigga play them because they already, they the niggas. They're niggas now.
I mean, but like I work. It's I work with children, man, and when you try to sit a young 14, 13-year-old boy down and try to talk to him about stuff, you'll hear, oh well, I already know the game. My mama told me, and you. All that shit is invalid.
Niggas know stuff too early these
days.
I
mean they think they know too much.
Yeah.
All that shit. I know it the fuck all. I know it all. I'm a fucking professional know it all.
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid to be wrong because it happens.
Yeah.
But when you dealing with these kids now, they're not wrong. They know everything. They refuse to be wrong under any circumstances. You can't tell them anything.
Can't tell them nothing.
But like just from experience, just thinking I know some shit down and actually getting out there and living an adult life now, damn.
I think
it don't work like that.
I think that comes from like because at a certain time, when we grew up, even Keaton, you too, at a certain time, your parents were people that could do no wrong, right?
They still know the people that can do no wrong.
Exactly. So, but now these days, a lot of kids really seeing their parents like. They kind of
a lot of parents are kids.
A lot of parents are kids.
Not
so
even just being young, but just being.
But parents have been kids,
right?
Yeah. That's not a generational thing. It's just that
everybody didn't had that childhood, but I feel like a lot of these parents now, whether they mid-30s, early 40s, they still reminiscing, acting. They reminisce too much, maybe.
There's nothing wrong with reminiscing.
It's not, but reminiscing becomes that like permanent lifestyle, raising a child.
Listen, you can still reminisce and have fun like you used to. You can still be young, you know what I'm saying, and live your life.
Time and place for that, though, right?
And still raise your children at the same time.
And I feel like that's what's not getting done a lot.
Like listen, that's first of all, having a child is the time of your life.
Yeah.
You know, that's. I mean, you don't have a child.
Yeah.
Neither one of y'all have a
I can't
child.
speak on that.
But I'm telling you right now, when you in that hospital and that baby boy or girl come out, your whole life
It's
gonna
a
change.
difference. It's just like
It's an instant.
Is it more of a culture shock, or is it more like you stepping into a greater part of your life?
I mean, you just created a person.
Yeah.
You and this woman created this person. You know what I'm saying? And it's natural.
Yeah.
It's all natural.
Yeah.
And you looked at, the man gonna get to hold the baby first. I held my son first. I had the LSU hat on
Yeah.
in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let him know. Like, yeah, I'm your daddy, boy. You know,
But
like,
that's something I want to do the right way because
all of us should want to do it the right way.
and that's something that really I'm like hell bent on happening because it's scary. You don't. If I really feel like I don't know what I'll do if I find myself in a situation where it doesn't.
And
Listen, you just gonna get money.
yeah.
I mean, you say
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
I mean,
Listen, it don't matter how you get it. If you gotta work 2, 3
it's
jobs,
not even
you're
that.
gonna get it.
It's just biting the bullet. Do I want this?
But
Because
King.
you've grown up a certain way, innocent.
Pull out.
Pull out.
Pull out. If you don't want it, pull out.
We-
It's too late after that. It's too late after that.
But shit happens.
Niggas, you have no
Ain't
say
no
so.
shit happens.
It does.
Niggas.
Ain't okay.
Niggas.
Once that
Does.
shit happens, you have to accept the
I don't.
responsibility.
I
Niggas-
don't.
Yes,
niggas-
you
niggas-
do. Yes, you
literally
do.
don't.
Yes,
Niggas of the
you
world.
do.
If that's the case,
You
I
shouldn't have
would
let it
have
happen.
if that was the case.
Listen,
Niggas.
and that's the problem. But he was wrong. He was wrong. Yeah, he made the wrong decision. He should have been there for you.
Hold on. So he was wrong for doing what he had to do? I mean, for doing what he wanted to do?
He was wrong. Like you didn't have a choice.
All right, so niggas.
I get what he's saying, but at the same time, motherfuckers don't want it.
It don't matter, man.
You-
It's not your choice anymore.
It is like
No, it's
just
not.
just
It-
like
it was your choice
just
to
like
wear
it's-
that condom or
just
pull
like it's
out.
the female's choice to keep the child. The father can either stay or go.
Nah, it's your choice to either pull out or wear that condom.
That's true
That's
enough,
your
but some
choice.
Yeah.
You have a premeditated choice. The whole
That's
time
true.
you in that pussy,
but some people ain't
you
shit,
want some.
man.
It's getting real good. Man, I ain't pulling out of this shit. And you
Hey.
know it's coming. We get the warning sounds. We know it's coming, and you don't pull out, and you know she ain't on birth control. Your choice has already been made.
Sloan.
What's up?
To touch back on what this man Keaton said about like in that room, you know, how he gave him a feeling like, yeah, you know, like this shit real, like I'm a dad now.
I understand
No.
that.
That's not where I'm going with it. That's not where I'm going with it. I just that's how I feel. That's how I feel about this podcast. You know, the whole Two Fists production. Anything of creation that you stand behind, it just makes you feel a type of way
no.
that you.
Because nope.
Why you not feeling like that?
Because
earlier when I argued that niggas can't do. I mean, a nigga can't have a default.
See, and Drake, niggas, punk ass
Uh-oh.
niggas like Drake
Uh-oh.
made it cool to not be proud of the baby because it ain't like he said it wasn't with a Nicki Minaj or it wasn't with a Riri. You know, I couldn't tell my mom Riri had my baby,
I
so
don't
you
feel
know.
like, I don't
Yeah.
feel like he's
But you
making-
still
I
nutted
don't
in
feel
that
like he's trying
bitch.
to make that
You know what I'm
cool,
saying?
though.
You
That's-
wasn't proud of
that's-
you weren't proud to have your kid.
I
All y'all
disagree.
niggas
That
accepted
shit-
the bullshit because he's a
Kid,
soft
I feel
ass,
like that shit
light
real,
skinned nigga.
bro.
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
that
It's
shit-
cool now.
Black
I
Ops
mean,
Man,
I
fuck
don't think he
that.
tried to make that cool. I think that was somebody coming at a vulnerable moment. Like that
I ain't hearing that.
shit. I feel like you said that
Nah.
because that's Drake.
And he rich.
Right. So that
See,
nigga still.
Future ain't hiding none of his
That's
kids. You know,
Future.
Future
You
getting
can't
bashed
put-
out
that's
here
Future.
because
That's
Sierra
that's
doing
completely
crazy
different
stuff.
Person.
I ain't hiding my son from the world, hiding the world from my son.
That's corny.
Fam, that's him.
That was cold. I'm sorry.
That
I
was
didn't.
corny.
I really.
I'm sorry,
That was
that
was not cold at all.
That was
But
cold.
That was corny.
But just bro,
that
just
was real corny.
bro, like
cold.
I feel like that
Corny.
happens to me
Glacier.
though. No, fuck no,
Antarctica.
Trash.
no.
Trash.
But
And
just
that
deep
made the
freezer,
whole
nigga.
album trash when they said that little weak
But
ass
just
bar.
generally
leave that
speaking
alone.
on having on having that kid in the hospital after you, like I don't know what would be in my head because I know how I grew up. I don't want my child to grow up in the same. I want my child to grow up in a space where both parents are in the household. It's a different. I would imagine it's a different vibe or hopping house to house from mom to dad. You don't get that same energy of. You don't get that picture of love. Like the picture I have of love in my head
Yeah.
is not what I feel like I deserve, but it's what I have. It's just one person, and you don't want your child to be sucked like that.
I'ma go
and you
personal
feel like
with
you failed. I don't want that feeling
Hold
of
on,
failure
hold on.
right on the top.
Okay, you
I'm
finna
gonna go
what?
personal with this
Okay.
because I experienced my parents didn't work out.
Yeah.
My father did not abandon me.
Yeah.
My father had a child with a woman that he did not marry. He didn't want to be with. He took custody of my little brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went to court and won custody. Like, he didn't abandon him either. He did what he had to do. You know, when him and my mother didn't work out,
Yeah.
that's cool. He never left me. You know, shout out to my pops for that. My mother got remarried.
Quick question: how old were you when all that was going on?
My mother left my pops when I was 5.
Okay.
Straight face. This man came home 6 in the morning.
You grew up through it.
Yeah, you know, my mom told him, yeah, I was right there. Yeah, we getting separated.
Oh nah, like that. On
She
the
wasn't
forefront?
playing.
Yeah.
My mom wasn't playing. My mom is a strong black woman.
Oh yeah, we done.
She not playing no games, okay? My mom is straight. Anybody that grew up with me, they know I'm dead scared of my mom. To this day, I want no problems with my mom. My mom Deuce works hard. She not playing no games. Strongest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
She going in, you know. But she got remarried, and my step pops has been really good to my mom. So I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even if you not with that parent, like my pops was still there for me. You know, I still
So you got to see both sides.
I still got to see both sides. I got to experience, you know, different types of lifestyles depending on which parent I was with at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm with my pops, it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm with my moms, you know, it's gonna be like kind of formal. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of how it's supposed to look.
Yeah,
And with my pops, he just out there.
So basically, you with your pops. Oh, Christmas, like, oh yeah, here go Christmas. You with your mom, you know.
No, I was always with my mom for Christmas. I didn't wake up no mornings with my pops for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't do that with my son. I let him wake up. I feel like he should wake up with his mom's for Christmas. I can't be there. That's cool. I get him later on. I'ma still stack his presents up though. Like, nah, you getting everything, boy.
Crazy, stop it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I like this though, you know, because you know this podcast for everybody, every range, and you know we got people who single parent household, and then people who grew up in a single parent household with both parents, and then me, I grew up with both parents in one household, which we had our trials tribulations, but I don't know if people gonna really get that and all that, but niggas went through things their own, on their own spectrum, and that's what this whole podcast is for. You feel me? Like, it's for everybody out here in these streets, and I'm just saying it to say this because it's your boy CJ, a.k.a. Dr. Bacardi, a.k.a. Don't do it to yourself, do it to me, a.k.a. Don't run the streets. Come. This your boy CJ.
This is Keaton.
Yo, it's him Sloan, man.
And this is the Two Fields podcast. I just want to let y'all know that we out of here. Yo.